Hi everyone, it's PE. It's a beautiful day. It's pretty sunny, so I know it's a little bit hard to see us. So hopefully we can get in a spot where you can see us really well. So today we're doing PE with some balls, and we're going to practice throwing. And so there's a few different activities that we'll do, and I'll show you how to do them, and then you can go ahead and have fun with those on your own. So the first one is just to practice throwing up a ball and catching the ball. And when you're doing that, I want to give you a couple tips. So have the ball in your hands. Start with it in your hands, and you can do an underhand throw like this up into the air. And when you're throwing it, watch the ball, watch it come back down, and have your hands out and ready to catch the ball when it comes back down. And I want you to count. A bigger ball will be easier to catch. A smaller ball will be a little bit harder. So probably Sai and I should switch. So he's doing the harder one. But throw it up, count how many times you catch it without dropping it. See if you set yourself a goal. Say, I want to do it 10 times, or I want to do it 20 times. See how many times you can do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll show what that would look like. 1, you can throw it as high as you want. 2, 3, 4, ooh, I almost dropped it. 5, 6, and you might have to move your feet to get under it to catch it. And if you try and throw it straight up, it'll be easier than if you do wild throws and you have to run all around. Okay, so let's pause with that. So throw it up, catch it, count how many times we catch it. That's the first thing to do. Okay, the next one is kind of fun. The next one involves a bucket or some kind of bin or something to throw your ball into. So set your ball or set your bucket maybe like over here. And then you're going to start out close to your bucket and try and get your ball into the bucket. Throw it in. You can throw it as many times as you need to get the ball in. Then take a step back. Keep throwing your ball in. Take a step back. Keep doing that until you get far enough away that it's hard and maybe you miss a few times. But give it a try. See how far you can get and still make it into the bucket. Okay, do you want to try that one side? I'm going to get a ball and give that one a try too. So take your ball, toss it in. I'm going to take a couple balls out in case I missed. So take your balls, and then you're going to take a step back. Ooh, I made it. Take another step. Whoop. So just go ahead and you can just get your ball if you miss and try again. And so just keep trying to get, see how far away you can get from your bucket and still make it in. Whoops, I didn't make it that time, but I'll give it another try. Whoop, not that time either. So you get the idea. This one is throwing a ball into a bucket, see how far you can get and still make it into the bucket. That's kind of a fun one. I want to do some more with that one. But let's move on to the third one. Okay, the third one involves building something and then trying to knock it over. So I brought out some different things that we could use for that. I think I'll turn over my bucket. Here's my bucket. Okay. We'll turn over the bucket, and I'm going to build a little tower. Maybe I'll get a little bit closer so you can see better. Here's the bucket, and we're going to build a little tower with things that I just got out of my recycling. Right, and then I have some other things too, just some like bowling ball pins that I found in the shed. But so Sai, do you want to go ahead and give this one a try? Maybe you can stand back that way and see if you can knock that over. So build something and then see if you can knock it over. Ah! Let's see if you can get the. Woo! You got it. Okay, now I'll put up this bowling ball pin. And try that. One more. There you go. Oh, we got one. That's a pretty fun one. So see what you can build to knock over. Okay? So that's another thing you can do with your balls. Oh, we're getting balls everywhere. Okay, I'll make a little, clear up a little space here. The next one involves two people. I think we'll use a bigger ball for this one. So we're gonna use a soccer ball, but if you have a bouncy ball or a tennis ball, anything would really work. For this one, if you have a brother or sister, you could have them help you, or a family member or parent. If you don't have another person, feel free to skip this one. But here's what you'll do for this one. You're gonna start close and you're gonna throw it, and every time you catch it, you're gonna take a step back and see how far back you can get. Oop, we had to take a step back. So every time you catch, take a step back. Ooh, we're getting far. We're gonna be out of the screen. Okay, so you're gonna keep doing that and doing it and see how far away you can get. Woo! Okay, so that's another one that you can do. And there's one more that you can do. For this one, I'm going to use, maybe I'll use one of these bowling ball pins to mark it. This is a fun one. And this one might be a kind of a hard one to see on the screen, but I'll try and do it in a way that you can see it. So, can you move over just a little bit one way or the other? For this one, you're going to take your ball, see how far you can throw it. And then after you throw it, you're going to mark it with your bowling ball pin. Now, I'm not a super good thrower, so maybe, Sai, do you have some tips for me if I want to throw something far? What would be some good tips?
So for me, some good tips for throwing is I usually like to plant my feet in a way that I'm like steady and like I'm sturdy and I don't have any chance of falling over or tripping.
Okay, so sturdy feet.
I like about shoulder width wide feet so they're set and ready to throw.
Does one go in front of the other?
So that's the next step. So the next step is when you throw, you step forward with the foot opposite of your throwing hand. So I personally throw with my right hand, so I step forward with my left foot. So when I come in to throw, I'm shoulder width, and I step forward with my left foot and wind up and throw.
And I throw like that, like overhand?
Yes.
Take your arm back and go over. So back and over. Okay, I'm going to give it a try and we'll see how far I can throw it. I don't know if you can see it. It went over that way. And then what I would do is I'm going to run and mark it with my bowling ball pin. And I picked this because it's really bright. So, and then I got my ball. And I marked it. And then what I'm going to do is after you mark it, throw again and see if you can throw it even further this time. So, give that a try. I did. I don't know if you can see it from here, but I did. I threw it further this time. So then I could take my bowling ball pin that I marked it with. You could use a stick, you could use anything. And I'd move that, and then I just keep throwing it to see if I can throw it further and further and further. Okay, so you have many different activities that you can give a try today with a ball. So practice throwing and catching by yourself, just throwing up and catching. Try and knock things over. See what you can build a tower to knock over. Try and throw into a bucket. See how far away you can get from the bucket and still get a ball to land in the bucket. Use a partner and see how far apart you can get and still throw and catch the ball together. And see just how far you can throw a ball. Practice really throwing a ball and marking it and see if you can beat your throws. One thing I do want to say before you get started, please make sure that you're not throwing your ball towards a house or towards anything that could break. We don't want to break any windows as we're throwing our balls. So I want you to have a great time and go get your balls and start throwing. Thanks for helping, Sai. Bye everyone, have fun.